Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm just filming a day in the life of a financial analyst working at a healthcare company. And today I just woke up at about 7:54, and I basically grabbed a coffee, had my breakfast, and now it's about 10 o'clock and I'm just doing my work. And so I'm basically going to show you a day in my life as a financial analyst. And you probably know me from my TikTok channel. And you can definitely follow me on TikTok to follow for more contents on over there, and you can definitely follow me on Instagram. But I'm basically going to show you a day in my life. And today I actually don't have anything on my calendar. I usually have morning meetings and afternoon meetings, but now I don't really have anything, and I'm basically just going to show you a week in my life, and I'm just going to show you what I usually do on a daily basis as a financial analyst. So basically, to share what a financial analyst does at a healthcare company, I basically would set up pricing for the client, and especially I work in the pharmacy benefits management industry. It's a very niche industry, so a lot of stuff that we do are very client focused and client specific. So for each deal, for each project that I work on, it's very client oriented, and it's really up to the client. And also we have to communicate back and forth with the consultant. And it's something that kind of vary based on from project to project. And right now I'm kind of sitting on a bench where I don't have anything specific to work on, but I just finished a deal that took me about a week to work on. And I basically got the assignment from my manager, and she told me that she needs us to turn around in about a week or so. So basically, I just had to set up a meeting with someone on the team, with the analyst and a manager, to basically discuss any pricing strategy that we need to offer. And then the next step is to actually to put the pricing and P&L together. And that took me about a day or two to finish, because we have to get data back end from the data analytics team who actually work on those data and ship it to us. So we need the data to actually create our P&L. And once we get the data, we an analyst, me and another analyst who are working on a deal, actually can get started on working and putting together the P&L. And it definitely took a lot of back and forth between the pricing analyst, and it's something that took me a while to understand, like the whole process of RFP. And RFP is really a industry term that stands for request for proposals. It's basically a term that means whenever a client asks for materials or something, we need to ship it and turn around in about a week or so. And usually the turnaround time is pretty short. It's about 1 to 2 weeks, and it's really not a whole lot of time to work on. If you think about putting together the P&L and putting the data back in, and also getting the manager approval and requesting data from the consultant, it really 2 weeks time is a very short crunch for us. But that's basically a project that I work on. Another thing that I'm working on is kind of an internal analysis that I'm doing. And basically, my manager asked me to create a template where they can see the fluctuations in profits, margins, increases or decreases through kind of the COGS review, COGS analysis. So I'm basically putting that together. Hello, my name is Vicki, and I am a pricing analyst working at a healthcare company called the UnitedHealth Group. And I live in Socal, California, and I created this channel to basically share insights about how young professionals and sharing advice on career and healthcare technology, and to basically help young professionals to learn more about the healthcare and tech industry as a group of professionals. And I basically wanted to create this vlog video on my YouTube channel to share a week in my life as a financial analyst working in the healthcare industry. And I'm basically going to share and show you guys what a week in my life is like, going from the beginning of the week where it's kind of slow in my day, and whereas later in the week I probably have more meeting. And I'm going to share and show you day by day what it's like working as a financial analyst at a healthcare company or in the healthcare industry. To give you a little bit of background, I went to a pretty small private university in Dallas, and I went through the finance academic program at my university alma mater, Southern Methodist University. And after attaining my degree last May in 2021, I then got a job at UnitedHealth Group for the pricing analyst role, aka underwriter role or financial analyst role. There's like different terms for it, but I basically got a job at UnitedHealth Group after a year out after graduation. And after moving out here for about a year or so, I could say that I could basically understand the very basics of this job and understand what a pricing analyst does on a daily basis for a pricing analyst role at UnitedHealth Group. And so far I have about 1 year of experience working at my current employer, and so far I've been enjoying the job. And I could talk more about the details and what this role is like. Basically, after I got accepted into this role, I was placed into a pricing development program, which is through those training that I got this training done to really help me hone in on so that I could do what I do as a pricing analyst. In those rotations, I learned about how each team works on their pricing differently, and each team does their pricing, and they would train you on pricing analysis, financial analysis, and Excel work and stuff. And they would put you through various training to basically show you how pricing is done which is a 10-month training program where they would train you on various assignments and projects and finally place you on a team. And I went through 10 months of training, and in that 10 months I was rotated into 2 different teams. And in that 10 months training, I was also working with 3 other pricing analysts on a team who later got placed into different teams than me. And I would definitely say the process of being able to work with those pricing analysts is rewarding because you can basically learn from each other. And to be honest, I wasn't able to work on as many projects with those pricing analysts because I know they're working with different teams than I do, and it's harder for me to know what they work on because there are firewalls between different teams. So it's harder for me just to say, hey, what you're working on, and ask them what they're working on, because it's not allowed or explicitly allowed to do so in our company or on our teams. And I was working with a pricing analyst who under the same manager, and then we definitely helped each other a whole lot throughout the process. And we were kind of just like getting in and trying to finish as much work as possible. And I learned so much from her since she's a really high performing member of the team. And I felt like a lot of the times I was kind of behind because she could finish tasks so faster than me. And I was just trying to catch up to her and say, hey, I have this, could you help me? Like, I was trying to ask for her help, like, hey, I know you're so much better at this than me, and I don't know what's going on. And I was placed in this huge project, and I was so lucky that I was able to get to work with her, and I just learned so much from her. And this entire time I would try to meet with her as much as possible, and then she would touch base with me on a weekly basis, and we could just have meeting, and she would ask me like, hey, how things are going, and do you have any questions, like did you get stuck on something? And I was try to ask her as many questions as possible, because I know that's like the only time I have to really ask anyone any questions. And I felt like she really gave me so much help that I wouldn't be able to get to where I am today without her. And also I felt like at the same time I couldn't ask for much help from a manager, because I definitely want to show my manager that I'm capable and that I could actually do a good job on the projects. But also at the same time I was so confused as to what's going on, and I wasn't sure like how to get started on a project. So another good thing about a project, about the training program, is that you will be placed with a mentor, and each of the pricing analysts in the training program has a mentor. And I was super close with my mentor, and then she's actually a senior analyst. And we not only work, we also would just chat so many things about life, like how's our weekend, what do we do this weekend, and any fun happening in the town. And since I work remotely and my mentor works in a different state than me, we always do a Teams meeting, and she would actually just hops on Microsoft Teams on Teams, and then she'll just like, hey, like how are you doing? If you feel that everything's too much, just let me know. And I've definitely felt a lot better whenever I could ask for help from her, because I know she has my back. Without further ado, I'm just going to show you what a week in my life as a financial analyst working at UnitedHealth Group is like. Hi everyone, I'm back, and today is actually the third day of a week in my life as a financial analyst working at a healthcare company called UnitedHealth Group. Filmed a day in my life yesterday because I was busy doing work and the projects, and I can just give a brief overview of what happened yesterday. And so I was basically assigned this project that I've been really wanting to work on, and this project that I was assigned to, it's actually a client of a consultant that it's a long-term client that our company has. And this client is a pretty big size, and it also has members in the project. So basically how it works is, in the PBM industry, a lot of the times we will get assigned projects based by the client. And in that project, in each project, you will be assigned kind of a medical underwriter who will you be working with in the process. And they basically do a lot of their own underwriting, while we on the PBM or pharmacy side do our own underwriting. And it's kind of different based on project to project. And a lot of the work that we do, it's really underwriting focused, where we would have our own underwriting tool, where we would just put together or use the underwriting tool to underwrite the process or create a profit and loss analysis for the client. And I was basically assigned this project where I was sent a bunch of documents to go over, and I just had a kickoff meeting with another analyst who's working on the project with me, and he's kind of a lead in the project because he has much more experience than me on the kind of project that we are working on. And for that project specifically, he sent me a meeting invite, and we just went over documents that we were sent over and talked about kind of the pricing strategies that we would quote for our clients. We will basically compare our client's current design plan, basically kind of their medical plan. So any medical benefits that they're currently getting, we will try to match that as much as we can so that the clients doesn't have to have much of a transition going from PBM to PBM. PBM stands for Pharmacy Benefits Manager. So if they wanted to switch a vendor, say CVS or Walgreens or to us, then they don't have to do as much of a transition work going from PBM to PBM. That if we could have just as much pricing terms to match as possible, then the client would probably be really happy that we were able to provide them or match the pricing term as much as we can. So that's basically what happened yesterday. And for today, I don't have any meetings. So I'm just going to review all of the documents that I was sent over, the contracts between the consultant and the client, as well as any member file, because in order to create the profit and loss analysis that we do need the member data and the medical data. So the medical claims data and the member data, as well as to go over any emails that I was sent over. And I basically just need to look over the documents. It's about 9:20 in the morning right now, and I just got my breakfast from this breakfast place called Snooze and AM Eatery, and I also got Starbucks coffee. I got let me get it real quick. I got this pancake. It's called Pancake Flight it's kind of a pretty popular breakfast item that they have. And I also got Starbucks. So I'm just going to have my breakfast while doing my project work. Today is Saturday, and my mom and I are going to San Diego to check out a few spots. I know there is a coffee shop in San Diego that's like super popular, and we might just go and check out a few spots. I know my mom and I like to travel on a weekend just to go to explore different cities and beaches and places. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. And yeah, I'm going to bring you guys along to just see places in San Diego, which is not far. It's like 45 minutes from where I live. So, all right, I'm just gonna bring you guys with me. I went to UCSD this afternoon just to see the campus, and right now I'm actually in a pretty small neighborhood in San Diego. It's called Old Town San Diego, and I just kind of found this place on TikTok, and it's a pretty nice place to just go to, and it's like a pretty nice vibe here. I went to the UCSD campus because I just wanted to check it out, see what it looks like. And I'm just walking through the neighborhood right now to just check out places, and it seems like there is a restaurant here on my right. But yeah, I'm just walking around and see what the neighborhood is like, and I'm actually gonna cross the street right now. I'm actually looking for a coffee shop because I haven't gotten my coffee today. I just need that caffeine shot. And here's actually a coffee place, I think. What do you think? My mom's mad at me right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna look for a coffee spot and see if we can sit down and just chat. I ended up getting food at this place called Miguel's Cochina. It's pretty good, and I'm just walking around the block, and there's this haunted house behind me.
I wanted to go, but my mom was like, no, she's scared, but it's okay. Yeah, I also just got coffee at a coffee shop right next to this haunted house right here. And yeah, it's called Wally's House. It's in Old Town, San Diego. If you want to check that out, the place out, and you can definitely hit it up or something like that. But yeah, I'm just walking around. It's quite nice. It's like 67 right now. And yeah, I got my coffee here. I'm pretty happy about it. Just heading up to my parking spot. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like almost the end of the day here in San Diego, and I'm pretty sad, and I spent a pretty productive day today. So I'll talk to you guys later.